Hey friends, Scott Smith with the Smithy McKell Williams. Wanted to answer a question for you that I've been thinking about, at least some my thoughts on it. How does our national real estate market compare to our local real estate market? You've heard me say before, the biggest three words in real estate are location, location, location. And probably the biggest question that we get from just about everyone that we bump into, whether we're shopping at Target or at an open house, is how is the market? And so we obviously hear a lot of national headlines, what's going on with national policy, interest rates, all that kind of stuff. But how does that impact us locally? So, what I wanted to share with you is an interesting chart put out by Zillow. And what they do is they do kind of a metric on where those markets are as a buyer's market, seller's market, or even a neutral market. And what's really interesting is when you look at that, the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul metro area is one of the strongest markets across the country. Their heat map, the big impact or the biggest sellers markets are in the Northeast nationally. I think 8 out of the 10 are in the New York area, Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts. Those markets are really strong. They've rebounded quite a bit. On the flip side of it, you're seeing the markets that really took off during the pandemic and are now kind of settling back down, where Florida and Texas, those markets are definitely in more of a buyer's market. So if you're looking to move to any of those markets, there's some great opportunities out there. So what we look at with those is what impacts the supply and the demand. So obviously there's some people that are either moving in or out of those areas. The DC market is real strong because there is quite a few people moving in with change in the government. We've got more people moving out as well. So there's more and more people that are having to work in office. So those remote job places are suffering a little bit with that. So nationally, the policy can have an impact on us locally, where you might see some of the larger national builders that are making some of their pricing decisions based on some of the national trends. So like your larger builders like a D.R. Horton or a Lennar that have projects going across the country, they might be feeling a squeeze in one part of the country, whereas here locally, they are a little bit softer. We've actually worked with a couple of clients recently, and they got some great deals. There's a lot of incentives out there for those national builders to put some deals together because they want to clear their books of some of the inventory and keep those homes in production. They are concerned with some of what lies ahead with the unknowns when it comes to tariffs, because obviously the new construction, they've got lumber that's probably coming from Canada, a lot of the appliances and the mechanicals and faucets and electronics are coming from abroad. So they are very concerned about what that's going to do when it comes to pricing their products. So they want to make sure that they can front load their books because they do not know what lies ahead, and neither do we. From a lending standpoint, a lot of those interest rates are reflected nationally with the larger banks and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And what we see locally is benefiting from those slower markets nationally, where they might see pricing that might be in the mid sixes in some of those softer markets, whereas locally we're seeing some of those same rates that might be a little bit lower. And we actually just locked in a great rate on a VA loan for a client that was 5.75. So some of those rates that you might be hearing nationally might not necessarily apply to what we're seeing locally. So it's really important that you've got boots on the ground and some local knowledge of what's going on in today's market here locally in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, so you can make some good, smart housing decisions. We're seeing great activity on properties as we're kind of coming out of the spring break season. We're seeing more and more activity on showings and some of those families that might be looking to step up into their next home. So if that's something that is on your radar for 2025, we'd love to have a conversation with you. Take a look at the heat map. We can give you a better idea of what your house might be locally. If you're looking to make a move, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised at what we're seeing in the marketplace, and where you can put that equity to work for you and maybe trade up to the next home. Reach out to us, 651-777-3434. If you got some good information from this video, subscribe to us. You can email us. You can also DM us. However you want to connect with us, we're here to help you in your real estate journey. Thanks. Have a great day.